Just when I thought all hope was gone, just when I thought everything was going wrong, lifted my eyes and I saw the light. I saw the light. Lifted my eyes to a new sunrise. Why give up hope? There is always hope. Why give up a dream? There is always another dream. Why give up a song that I love to sing? You know what I mean, you know what I mean. Do 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 do. Just when I thought that the world would end, I had another thought. I think I'll have it again. Everything good came from nothing at all. Everything good came when someone answered the call. Why give up hope? There is always hope. Why give up a dream? There is always another dream. Why give up a song that I love to sing? You know what I mean, you know what I mean. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Can you imagine what it would be like if everybody did what a kindergartner knew was right? What a different world it would be if I looked after you and you looked after me. Just when I thought I should just give up, just when I thought despair had defeated love, I lifted my eyes to my baby's face. Look at those eyes, yeah, that's what I call grace. Why give up hope? There is always hope. Why give up a dream? There is always another dream. Why give up a song that I love to sing? You know what I mean, you know what I mean. Why give up hope? There is always hope. Why give up a dream? There is always another dream. Why give up a song that I love to sing? You know what I mean, you know what I mean. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 You know what I mean.
It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. am touched by amazing grace, and all I ever wanted and all I ever needed was already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. And it is health to my body, it is peace to my mind, it is joy, it is joy to my soul. And I breathe out a simple prayer of thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. Oh, it is health to my body, it is peace to my mind, it is joy, it is joy, it is joy, joy to my soul. And I breathe out my simple prayer, thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted and all I ever needed was already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the
Good morning from Paoli, Pennsylvania. This is Maxine Kay, and we are bringing you live from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, our Sunday morning celebration. Oh, thank you for being with us today. This is a place of sanity in the middle of what can sometimes seem like a pretty nutty world. So come with us today as we deepen our faith, as we expand our consciousness of possibilities, because no matter what else may be going on in the world, God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So welcome to this hour of our remembrance of who we are and what is possible because of the power of the presence of the divine that's within us all. We're rising up in consciousness. We're doing our best to keep our vision clear, to lift the consciousness of other people in the world and those very, very close to us as well. So this is a place where we have spiritual tools that we use very effectively for so many different human conditions. We not only teach about these tools of the science of mind, but we practice them and we support each other in the use of them. We walk together in this beloved community through so many different happenings, personally in our lives and globally in the world itself. We are a force for good. And that's because we know, as Ernest Holmes reminded us in every talk that he gave, that there is indeed a power for good in the universe that's greater than you are, and you can use it. How wonderful. We must return again and again to the realization that God is the only power and the only presence that is real, alive, and permanent. We are in the process of awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Spiritual magnificence. That's our vision. That's what we're moving toward. Because as we work together, as we love together, cry together, laugh together, walk together along our spiritual evolutionary paths, individually and as an entire human race, we are about the very important business of creating a world that works for everyone, a world that works for all. And we have a very powerful statement that we love to use here in our beloved community. And you are welcome to join in with us as we speak it together. Ready? Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. So wherever you are on your path right now, and wherever you happen to be in the world, you are so welcome to be with us this morning. This is a precious time, and we're so grateful to share it with you. Now we're going to have an opening song by Sue Riley, and it is called I Choose Love.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present.
And that is a wonderful choice, the best choice that I can think of. Well, I'd like to have a word with the kids. Hi, kids. How you doing this morning? Having a good Sunday already? Wow, do you know it's the last Sunday in June? The next thing we know, it's going to be July, and that's just filled with all kinds of wonderful things. Well, when you were a baby, you didn't have the awareness that you have right now. You weren't able to do the things physically that you can do right now because you were gradually growing and learning and becoming more capable all the time. And you know what? You're not ever going to stop learning and growing and becoming more capable all the time. And do you know what else? That's true of us adults as well, which you are quickly and rapidly approaching, you teenagers particularly. And so we too are also learning and moving forward, understanding more, applying these beautiful principles that we teach to our own lives. Well, you may notice that I'm wearing something a little bit different today on my hand. Well, that's in the process of healing because I did a funny little thing to my finger, and so it's in this little splint for a few weeks. It doesn't hurt, so I want you to know that. It's just that I am learning new things all the time. I'm learning how to type differently because you can't really type on a keyboard with something like this without, getting the wrong key. So I'm learning, I am growing, I'm developing more understanding about how to move along in this world every single day until I don't need to wear this anymore. We all have the opportunity to tune in to that loving, wise, creative power within us, because although life is really wonderful, things happen. And when they do, we need to get even more deeply in touch with that loving presence within us that guides us, shows us the way. Some terrible things are happening in our world right now. What we need to do is to go to our heart. The presence of God abides. Jesus said that the kingdom of heaven is within us, and it truly is. That's where the loving, wise presence of the divine exists for all of us, kids, adults, everybody. When we go back to this place, this source of love, choosing wisdom, we're able to move through all of the challenges that may be going on around us in our personal lives and in the world itself. So I'm counting on you, like you're counting on me, to remember who we are, especially when things are very difficult, and to move through with as much grace and as much ease as we can, because that's how we are designed. We are divinely designed. You, my dear ones, have designer genes because you came right out of the very life of God itself. So have fun the rest of the day. This is a beautiful summer day, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Okay? Good. Okay, now it's time for meditation. So let's get comfortable. Fasten your spiritual belt, because here we go. Take a deep, holy breath in and allow it to fill your body with a sense of newness, revitalization. It is the holy breath of God itself. So just let it move through your physical body, touching and blessing and healing every cell, every atom of your body. Let that beautiful breath, the prana, the chi, let it move gently and powerfully through your entire physical body temple. And now, as you continue that deep breathing of Spirit itself, Allow it to move through your emotional self, balancing, bringing harmony and peace. And let that sweet breath move through your mental body, bringing alignment with infinite wisdom, calm, as it invites beautiful, inspirational ideas to come to you. So physically, emotionally, mentally, we are well integrated in our persona so that we can invite this trifold persona to be a beautiful instrument dedicated to higher purposes, as spirit itself now utilizes our beautiful instruments to express itself in peace, in harmony, in wisdom, and in love. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Each of us an instrument of divine peace. Feel yourself filling up with serenity. Feel a growing tranquility. This is within our hearts, where God abides in fullness, where peace abides in fullness. And allow yourself to be filled with this perfect peace of God. And as you feel it moving through your entire consciousness, allow that perfect peace to begin moving out from you into the room where you are, out beyond your home, into your neighborhood, and everywhere this peace touches, people become calmer and more hopeful. Allow the peace to move out into the country. Fill this country with harmony, with unity, with wisdom, with love that surpasses anything that seems unlovely. Let the peace connect heart to heart with all beings, and allow it to move out through the planet now, filling the globe with serenity and possibility. As we now take this moment to go deeply into the silence of our own heart, allowing the waves of peace to continue moving out. Peace, be still, and know that I am God. Peace, peace, peace. And here in this growing, deepening, expanding consciousness of divine peace, we rest. And as the waves of serenity continue moving out from our hearts, filling the world, wrapping it in love, we can smile in our own hearts, knowing that we are doing the divine work that we've been called in this moment to do. We grow in understanding. We deepen our connection to the infinite presence of God's peace and love and wisdom. And all is well.
holding fast to that heartache, scared that the good times they won't last. Darling, there's just one thing to be sure of, that nothing ever comes to stay. You know it always comes to pass, so let it go, let it flow without hesitation, 'cause change is the very nature of creation. It's your choice, you know, to set your mind at ease. You can stay stuck in the mud or be floating on a breeze. It makes your heart so heavy, carrying all that stuff within. I know, 'cause everything I ever let go of, you know I left my claw marks in. I wrapped it up so tightly and I put it on a shelf, but to keep it under lock and key just made a prisoner of myself. So I gotta let it go, let it flow without hesitation, 'cause change is the very nature of creation. Now the horizon never worries when it sees the sun sink down, and the willow never truly weeps, dropping seedlings to the ground. The snow has to melt to let the fertile soil abound. Yes, life is a circle, and it's all gonna come around. So you gotta let it go and let it flow without hesitation, 'cause change is the very nature of creation. Yes, change is the very nature of creation.
That was great. Thank you so much. Now I would like to introduce to you our lovely practitioner of the day, and that would be Nettie Bonner.
Good morning. My name is Nettie Bonner, and I'm a practitioner at the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And it is my pleasure and honor this morning to offer the opening prayer. First, I'd like to start with a few quotes that I hope will complement what Reverend Mike will talk about shortly. These quotes remind us to be our authentic self, our unique self. Judy Garland states, "Always be a first-rate version of yourself and not a second-rate version of someone else." Emerson reminds us that imitation is suicide. Insist on yourself, never imitate. And David Alt, in the June 6th Science of Mind magazine, states, "The person you want to be, you already are. Yes, the person you want to be already exists. You must allow the welcoming of their essence, the brilliance of their steadfast knowing. You must remove the muzzle from your timid mouth and speak the language of harmony, purpose, and possibility. You continue moving forward. Cherish that grander you. Begin reacquainting by saying, 'Hello, you are welcome here.'" And lastly, from 365 Days of Richer Living, "I accept myself as the outlet of the infinite. I believe in my divine origin, my persistent inspiration, my destiny of good." So please join me. I will state this prayer in the first person, and I invite you to take it as your own if you wish. What a comfort, what an inspiration it is to know that there is only one power in the universe, one power for good. And this power is love, it is joy, it is peace, it is wholeness, it is prosperity. And this power lives in and through all creation, as it is the only truth of the universe. As I embrace this truth, acknowledge this truth, and wholly accept this truth, I know that it is true of me. I am of and come from this power of goodness, this ever-evolving, ever-growing divinity, this spirit within of all good. And as I rest in this knowledge, I know I am a spiritual being having a human experience. And this spiritual being within me continues to grow, continues to evolve. As I relax and trust my intuition, the still small voice inside, I know what my next steps are to continue to manifest more and more of the goodness that is the truth of me. The joy, the happiness, the love, the light. I release any need to cling to the past, to the comfort, as I embrace with cheerful expectancy what lies ahead, as I trust and as I move forward in the light and love of the Divine Spirit, sharing this light and love of who I am with all whom I meet. I am so grateful for this truth. I am so grateful for the truth of who I am and who I am becoming. I release my word to the law, knowing it is done. It is always done. And so it is.
Beautiful, Nettie. Thank you so much. Will you say with me now our affirmation for the morning? I continue on my path of spiritual evolution with grace and ease, each step unfolding in perfect order. I love that. I also love our speaker, who's going to be coming up very soon to share with you some very wonderful, inspirational, important ideas. This is a gentleman I have known and loved for a long time, and so have you. You often, many of you, connect with him on Saturday mornings when he holds forth with his wonderful Science of Mind book study, for which he just celebrated the 2nd anniversary of having begun this. It is so wonderful. He's a great teacher. People adore him, and he adores all the people in the class, and he adores all of you as well. He's a person of great integrity. He walks his talk and sometimes dances it. And you always are lifted and inspired with his genuine, authentic self, allowing spirit to be wonderful by means of him. Will you please welcome Reverend Mike Gerdes?
Thank you, Dr. Maxine. Wow. She gives great introductions, doesn't she? Well, today my talk is on gradual graduation. And one of the things I came to realize some time ago is that there's always more to learn. Have you figured that out? I mean, we go to kindergarten, we graduate from kindergarten. Then we graduate from elementary school, or some of us do, special little caps and gowns. Then there's junior high or middle school, high school, college, and for some of us, university. And then there's Science of Mind classes, the ultimate. And you can see there Dr. Maxine in her graduation class. She was 14 years old. And let's see the certificate next. Okay, that's her, and that's signed by Dr. Ernest Holmes. She's got a bachelor's degree in religious science, in the science of mind. So we're always learning. And that was a number of years ago that she did that. One of the nice things about recognizing that we're always learning is it allows us to be a little bit easier on ourselves when we do stuff that's stupid. Because really, when we're doing stupid stuff, it's just unintelligent action, because if we knew better, usually we would do better. Not always. Sometimes I find that I do things the wrong way, even though I know it's the wrong way, because I don't know another way, or because it just hasn't caused me enough pain to change the way I'm supposed to work. You know, if you're doing something that causes you harm, and you keep on doing it, you might want to take a look at it. If you're doing something that's causing somebody else harm, and you recognize it, you might ask yourself, why do you keep on doing it? A lot of us have unmet needs that we're not really even clear on what those needs are. And we do some horrible things sometimes to ourselves and to other people in order to try to fulfill those unmet needs. Now, some of those unmet needs might be trying to be right, trying to follow our religious teachings, trying to follow our family's teachings, trying to do what we think is the right thing to do. And so we'll make rules for other people. The problem is when we make rules for other people, it gets in the way of those people's autonomy and be able to make their own choices. There's been a lot of concern just real recently about the Supreme Court decision. And I want us to recognize that we deal with a higher law, a higher court than the Supreme Court. And that's divine law. And you and I have the opportunity to exercise that law. In fact, it calls upon us to exercise that law, to express that greater idea of life and love as it comes forth through us. You have the power to choose. No matter what anybody else says, you have the power to choose your life. Which way you want to go, which way you want to stay, what your opinions are, what's important to you. One of the things that have happened recently is that we've woken up. A lot of us have woken up to the fact that it's fine to be spiritual and everything, but we didn't pay any attention to the politics because we just left that to the people in the political field. We felt we were above that. The problem is when we're above that, sometimes it gets us. And for some people, that's been real apparent. They wish they had actually done something 6 years ago to support Hillary a little more. 55 years since Roe versus Wade was first enacted, that's changed. But you and I are dealing with a higher law now, divine mind. And you can choose what's important to you to fulfill the needs that you have. And you can choose right now to be more involved in knowing the truth about yourself and where you stand on things. What's important to you? And you might decide to get involved politically. You might decide to choose to vote. You might choose to participate in supporting financially particular candidates or organizations that are aligned with your way of thinking and believing. And recognize too that it's not human laws that make things the way they are that have to restrict us necessarily. It's really how we are approaching life. That's really the truth of it all. If we recognize that people are doing things based upon doing things the best they know how at the time to fulfill what they call their needs or their unmet needs, we can understand that people are just doing the best they can. And we're just doing the best we can. There's no reason to get angry, although you might sense it in my voice that I have been a little bit angry. But it gives me something to work through. When stuff that happens, like has happened in the world, whether it's wars or Supreme Court decisions, I don't always just say, oh, everything's wonderful, peaceful, and divine. Well, in truth it is. But I have to remember who I really am, I have to awaken to that again to remember that. Now, we are in a continual process of awakening to who we really are. Who are you really? You're the individualization of God life and God love, knowing itself by means of you. You are that I am that I am. The same I am that I am. The problem I've found is when I forget that. And I've got a good forgetter. Especially when I'm faced with things that irritate me, when I find that I feel I'm frightened, when I feel that those needs of mine aren't being met. My need for autonomy, my need for companionship, my need for freedom, or anything that brings up fear within myself can distract me from remembering who I am. So how do we go back? How do we go back to recognizing who we are? First of all, we stop. And stop believing the story that our minds are telling us sometimes. Meditation is a great tool for that. It helps us to unplug from the story that's going on in our minds at the time and ask for the Spirit to express itself by means of us. Allow ourselves really to be a channel for Spirit, because that's the truth of who we are, you know. We are Spirit in expression. We are that channel of Spirit knowing itself right here and right now. In this life experience, we are that. And with a greater appreciation of that, we're able to grow into a greater perception, a greater image, a greater visualization of where Spirit wants to take us and where we're going to go. If you sit in meditation, as Dr. Maxine and I oftentimes do, ideas will come to mind, direction. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll ask for Spirit to reveal itself to me, a path, an idea, what Spirit wants me to do. People make a mistake sometimes of thinking that using the science of mind, just going around telling the law what to do. Well, we can do that. However, where we need to start is connecting with Spirit and asking Spirit, or knowing that Spirit is guiding and directing itself by means of us to do what it wants to do by means of us. Mother, Father, God, what will you have me do today? To guide, to direct, to inspire, to help another soul, to help another individual, to learn to be kinder than I've been before, to learn to be a little nicer than I've been before. That means I recognize that I can be kinder and I can be nicer. That recognizes that I admit that I've got to grow too. We all have room to growth. I don't know of anybody, and there is nobody, that doesn't have some room to grow somewhere in their life. And as long as we're in this life plane, we're going to continue to grow it. And I got to guarantee that when we leave this life plane, we're going to continue on this upward spiral as well. Because we're going to be becoming more and more of that which God is. That I am, that I am. We miss that mark sometimes. But when we go back to recognizing the truth of who we really are, we could take a look at the things that have been happening in society, and we could recognize society too is moving along. You know, everything has happened because of a cause that was set before it. And you may not like to hear this, but you and I are responsible for everything that's happening. We all have a part in everything that's happening in the world. Now, it might be a small part. It might not necessarily be what we did, but what we didn't do. But something that we can all do is help move from what it has been to something, to a greater idea. I ask you, what does Spirit reveal to you to be the type of world that you want to express, to live, to be in? What kind of world do you envision? Do you visualize is the type of world that you want to live in? Can you see that within your mind? Can you feel that? Can you feel a brotherhood, sisterhood of humanity, harmony and goodwill between all people? Work on it. Embody a greater idea. And see that within our country. See that within our families. And see that within ourselves. It's one thing to go around shouting for peace in the world when we don't have peace within ourselves. We've got to start here. And from here we can expand to the whole world. Let's ask Spirit to guide us and direct us as to what it will have us do today to express that life and love. Ask Spirit what it will have you do today. Do you know? How do you bring about the greater expression of love? How do you help more people and harm less? How do you bring more kindness and gentleness into the world? How do you express greater compassion into the world? How do you help other people meet their unmet needs? Whether it's a need for companionship, whether it's a need for food, whether it's a need for a home, someplace to live. You know, there's people all over. We don't necessarily have to go to Africa. If you go to Africa, that's fine. But you don't have to go foreign country to find people that need support and help. We have people that need support and help within our own community. You can start first there. There might be people in your own families that could use some love, compassion, and support too if we suspend our judgment and try that, recognize that everybody is just trying to fulfill their unmet needs. When we see that within other people, we see that within ourselves, and we can forgive ourselves, accept ourselves, forgive them, and accept them. And as we do so, we might find that family hostilities, old resentments are forgiven. A greater peace is known. You know, there's a gradual graduation in our consciousness from fear to faith. And then from faith in God to the faith of God. There's not only a power that we can use, there's a power that can use us. And I invoke within you, I challenge you to allow that power within us to use us to a greater expression than it has up until now. Let's allow the experiences of this last year to wake us up. Far too many of us have been asleep for too long. Allow this to be a splash of cold water on our face to recognize that we too have something to do with regards to what happens. Because we are a part of the cause of what is. And because of that, I know that all is right with the world. Because all is right with you, all is right with me, because all is right with God always. And with that, I thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Mike, for inspiring me today, reminding us who we are and what the infinite possibilities are.
Thank you.
Bless you. Wow. Thank you, thank you. Well, this is the time of celebration of our good, and that's a lot of good to celebrate right there, isn't it? Thank you. As I give my gift, and I give it with such love and joy every time, it reminds me everything that is wonderful and good in my life comes directly from the heart of God. We have a very loving, wise, generous God. So it's a joy to me to give back. And so every time we have an opportunity to celebrate our prosperity, and we choose typically to give to the closest source of our spiritual food. To me, this is our own beloved community. And so those who choose to give automatically, online, mailing, whatever, bless you, bless you, bless you all. Your good only increases by giving from your heart, as I love to do. So your prosperity affirmation will be shortly up there for you to join with me if you choose to, and please do. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
I am going to be singing a song called I Am the Change, written by me. And if you pick up on some of the easier lyrics, you are more than welcome to join me. It could be anyone. I have the power. Close my eyes, take the leap, and make a wave. Taking the chance, won't turn away. Changing the world, starting today. I am the change I want to see. I am the change, it starts with me. From this day on, I'll always be part of the change. It starts with me. I am the change. I am the change. A do 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 do, do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do. See what I can become. It's within me. I am more than enough. I know it's true. Taking the chance, won't turn away. Changing the world, starting today. I am the change I want to see. I am the change, it starts with me. From this day on, I'll always be part of the change. It starts with me. I am the change. I am the change. A do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do. I am the change I want to see. I am the change, it starts with me. From this day on, I'll always be part of the change. It starts with me. I am the change. I am the change. I am the change. A do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a do 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 do, a
Oh, wow. So I was up close watching that performance. Thank you, Emily and Jeff. From, I don't know, when was that, Jeff? 2019. So thank you so much. Do. Can't do it like she can, but. So my name is Edie Janik. I am happy to serve as the president of the board for Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. Yay! So, thank you. So, we're really glad you chose to spend your morning with us this morning. No matter where you are, local or far, we're happy to have you with us. And Reverend Mike, once again, he knocks it out of the ballpark, doesn't he, folks? Yeah, so your humility, your openness, your sharing, your honesty, and your wisdom, it's just such a perfect pie. And we eat it all up. And I have to say, there's some kind of phenomena happening. This is the Inspiration Cafe, which is where we are coming to you live stream each Sunday while we look for our next great home. And we're happy to be here, and it's a lovely place, and it's a lovely setting. So I happen to be in the room kind of behind the camera during the talk, and there's a lovely bird feeder on the window outside, and a mourning dove, a beautiful, sweet mourning dove, was sitting on top of the bird feeder with all the seed right below it, not eating, just kind of facing in the window like, what's going on in there? And I watched it almost the entire time of the talk, and every time I looked over at it, it was just not eating. And then I thought, I think that bird just really wants to enjoy the message. And as soon as the talk was over, the bird flew away. I swear to you. I'm telling you. So, something was happening there. But thank you. It was a lovely, lovely talk. All right, something super exciting is happening. Surely you've heard of it. We're having an in-person Sunday celebration on July 17th at Wilson Farm Park, which is in Wayne, which is in Chesterbrook, which is in the town of Wayne. 10:30, we'll have our Sunday celebration under the pavilion. It's the large picnic pavilion at Wilson Farm Park. It's a wonderful setting for an outdoor celebration. There's trees, there's grass, there's nature. The parking is very close to the pavilion. It's easy access, so if you have coolers that you're bringing or chairs or whatnot, you're not trekking them across rough terrain. There's a nice pavement that goes to the pavilion, so very easily accessible. Let me tell you some of the other things I'm personally excited about. The Sunday celebration is going to be wonderful. After the Sunday celebration, we're going to have like picnic festivities. So we'll have lots of food, as we always do. Amazing, amazing chefs in this community. So we're going to be bringing some food in. And there's a beautiful volleyball, like the kind you see on TV, with the sand. It looks regulation. Volleyball net and sand court, I guess is what you call it. Forgive me if I'm not using proper volleyball terms. And then there's also a really nice children's playground, with the slide and the jungle gym and all of that kind of thing, very close by the pavilion as well. And then there's an area where we can set up our badminton, which I love badminton. I'm not very good at it, but I really love it. So Neighbor Bob's coming. So some of you know who Neighbor Bob is. And it's just going to be a wonderful time. How do you get involved? Well, first of all, just save the date. July 17th, 10:30 is the Sunday celebration. And then after Sunday celebration, we'll have the picnic. You can bring your friends, your family, your neighbors, obviously. And then you can go to our website, cslphilly.org, and there's a pop-up box. On the pop-up box, there's a link that you can go right to the Evite registration. In the Evite registration, you can indicate how many people you're bringing, so we're sure to have enough food. And there are also items listed there, making it easy for you to select something that would be beneficial to bring to help make the picnic a huge success. So, so that's what you do to get involved. So thank you in advance for that, and we look forward to seeing you there. It's rain or shine. The big pavilion. We'll be fine if it rains. So, next thing is, Dr. Maxine already spoke about this. Reverend Mike is celebrating second year of the Science of Mind textbook study group. And what page are you on? Around 5 something, maybe?
No. 443.
443. So they still have a ways to go. But you want to, if you're curious about it, you've been hearing about it for 2 years, hop in. You're welcome to join. That is at 9:45 a.m. on Saturdays. It goes to 11 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Time. And it's a wonderful, wonderful experience, unlike any other Science of Mind study teaching. So if you are watching us, which I guess you are, you can do what? You can subscribe and share with others, which helps to get the message out. And when you subscribe, you will receive notices of our Sunday celebrations and when the love notes come out each day from Reverend Mike and Dr. Maxine. And we'll continue to live stream from the Inspiration Cafe, except for when? July 7th. Very good, Dr. Maxine. July 17th will be in person. We will record it, so we will be publishing, is that the right word? We will be streaming the recording of it later in the afternoon, but we're hoping to see you there. All right. Thank you. Back to you. Dr. Maxine?
Does anyone give more fun announcements than our dear President, Edie Janik? Thank you. That's always fun. Now we're going to have a closing song. And today it is by our dear Karen Drucker and a couple of her friends. And she calls it, I Am Grateful.
I am I promise in this I am great to keep my heart wide. I am great with every breath. Thank you. I am grateful. Thank you. I am grateful. I promise in this I am great to keep my heart wide. So blessed. I am great with every breath. So blessed. I'm grateful. Thank you. I am grateful. I promise in this so blessed. I am great to keep my heart. So blessed. I am great with every breath. So blessed. So grateful. Thank you. I am great. I promise in this I am great to keep my heart. I am great with every breath. Thank you. I am grateful. Thank you. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open with every breath I take. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open with every breath I take. I'm grateful. I am grateful, grateful. I am 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 grateful.
And I am grateful, we are grateful that we always have the opportunity to remember who we are and that we are ever expressing a greater idea of that which we are.